Similar to last video, if you don't do this preparation precisely, this move is never going to happen. And in just a few seconds, there's so much to talk about, but don't let that discourage you. This is all fundamentals, meaning what you learn here is applicable to other moves, and so if you get good at this move, you get good at every other move. So, the very first thing for the leaders is she is not supposed to be facing you on the first count. So just before the first count on 6, 7, 8, you should be attempting, what he's doing here is he's extending his arm to his right side so that she faces his right side. And what he's doing here, being able to have this kind of grip, it actually starts with the previous 8 counts. As you can see, her right arm with his right, and then offer up just above it his left. That's how you can get this kind of hold. So once we get here at 7, 8, you have to make sure that she's facing your right, not you. At this point, look at what he's doing to her left hand. So this left hand goes up, and this up shouldn't be any indication for any lead. This is to lead her to a hair comb, or this is just to free her up. So it's not, and actually it's not a turn. And the key here is that you are raising her hands above her circle. If you push it away, like around here, it will lead to a turn. She will get confused. So you need to make sure that it's just above her line here. So that leads to a hair comb. But now I wanna talk about the body roll, because he's doing a body roll here, but he doesn't have control of her back, her shoulder blades. That's usually where we lead body rolls. So where does it come from? So this is actually very interesting. A lot of this is coming from your frame, but it's not that she's mirroring you. It's that at this point, just before the body roll, what he's doing is he's taking his energy up and a little bit forward. I mean, forward for her. So like a little bit to his right side, because a body roll is you going up, forward, and then you go backwards and down. So by sending the energy up, so this, he's not bending his knees or anything, he's straight up, and also he's a little bit to his right, which makes her go to her forward side. And this makes it clear that, okay, like now she's like forward and up, what else can be done other than a body roll? So that's the leading of the body roll. Now at this point, he has her shoulder blades, so you can lead another body roll very easily with your body as well as the shoulder blades. And at this point, he's leading a reverse very quick. But what is the lead here? Because it's very subtle. So I took his online course, and this surprised me as well. But if you pay attention to the detail here, he doesn't have his hands on her hip, which is normally what's ideal to lead a reverse body roll. But what he has is his thigh is connected to her hip, as you can see. If his thigh is connected to her hip, and it can nudge her upwards, then that's going to become a clearer signal of a reverse body roll. After all, if she's got her hip up, what else can she do other than a reverse body roll? But here's the mistake that guys do a lot. You're not supposed to kick her. You're not supposed to nudge her with your left thigh. Your intention should be you want to bring your right hip up and to the right. As you can see, he's going up and to the right. That's why his left thigh is carried through the movement, and it connects with her hip, and it leads to a reverse. And as you can see, his right hand is ready to lead a a head roll. But at the same time, he's going to use his left as she's completing the head roll to control her frame so that she faces you. So that's the part for the leaders. Okay, for the followers. Now at this point, you've been taught two things if you're a beginner. You need to look for him, and you should also keep your frame. Make sure your frame doesn't break. So this could be a conflicting thing, but generally I found so far that you should prioritize keeping your frame over looking for him, because actually trying to look for him and placing it above other fundamentals will actually ruin a lot of moves, which I will, in later videos I will explain. But if you don't follow your frame at this point, you will be entangled like this. Like this you're trying to force looking at him and he's trying to move your frame, and that's what happens. So if you just follow your frame is the more important aspect here, and he's going to lift your left arm up, and this arm up, unless he's going to move you out of your circle. This is just above your line, just above your like little circle here. So once he releases, it shouldn't lead to anything. Once he releases, you're free to do your styling or your hair comb or whatever you want to do. But also, I've explained this to the guys. The body roll here, he doesn't have control of your frame, and he's got only limited control of your hands. But what he's doing is he's bringing you forward and up. So if you go forward and up, there's not much else that you can do, because your chest is already in a like the second count of a body roll. So it only makes sense to finish it with a body roll. He's got his hands on her tummy here, but it's not really for a body roll. It's not what you should be looking for. It's the fact that he brought you up and forward that should indicate that he's going down and back. So that's just another regular body roll. And at this point, this is another fundamental that I keep repeating, but this is so important. Once you finish your body roll, the finish, unless he interrupts it, the finish should be once you're seated completely. Seated meaning here, as you can see, her hip he's carrying all her weight. So the body roll doesn't finish when you stand up. It's when you're seated, when your weight is on your hip. That way he can connect with his left thigh, and when he leads the next reverse, she's going to start with her hip because it's been pushed up. And if you've started your hip, then what else can you do? You've just done a body roll, and he's thrusting your hip up. What else can be done other than as a reverse body roll? And at this point, this is another thing. You have to pay attention to his hands, obviously, so that you know to do a head roll. But at the same time, keeping your frame once again, he has control of your hands here, of your right, so that it's easier to move you, because he wants to face him just before the first count. So that's it. Alright guys, that's it. Keep practicing. It's very important to practice because this is a lot of stuff, and if you're new, you need to practice it one by one. Any questions, let me know, write it in the comments, and also if you could do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. That will help me greatly, and I will see you in the next one.